Should I do it again?
No.
Should you be scared? Should you be scared and afraid? No, okay.
Hello, this is Mayuri from Filipino Women.
And this is Bruce from eFilipinoWomen.com.
Today's topic is going to be EJK. Stands for Extra Judicial Killing in the Philippines.
Now this is an important topic if you're thinking about moving or retiring in the Philippines. A lot of foreigners are like, well, what's going on over there? All this crazy news, people saying all this crazy stuff, extrajudicial killings, like what is that? This is we're just kind of going to give you a synopsis, a summary of what is going on over there.
And it's not really as bad as people. I mean, yes, it's quite bad. The killing is really happening. Many people are dying, but we're gonna explain all of that in this video on what's really going on in the Philippines. But before we start, thumbs up for this video and subscribe in our YouTube channel. Okay, back to the topic. Is it really that bad? Should foreigners be alarmed by it?
President Duterte is very, very tough on crime, particularly drugs, drug dealers, drug users. So should you be afraid? The answer is yes and no. And here's why.
Yes, because if you're a drug user, then yeah, you're gonna get killed. If you're a drug seller, then if you're an illegal drug seller, then yes.
If you're a pusher, if you're a drug dealer, then yes, you should definitely be afraid. Definitely, because this dude is not messing around. He is going to kill you. And that includes recreational use of marijuana. If you're using it illegally, you can still be
arrested.
Killed.
And then if you fight,
there you go.
You die. However, if you are not using any kind of those illegal drugs, then you're safe. You don't have to worry about getting killed there. You know, they're not killing innocent people, or else I would have died when I was there.
Yeah, so I think that sometimes the media blows what he's doing and saying out of proportion. I mean, yes, it's very controversial. He does say very, very controversial things. And people are dying, but mostly it's criminals.
Have you ever killed anyone? Yeah, but they were all bad.
It's criminals.
They're right there on the street judging whether or not the person's guilty. So some of them are criminals and some of them are not criminals.
Okay, so here's
Okay. I won't say that.
So here's the point. They have this project that President Duterte has called Tok Hang. Tok Tok meaning knock, and then Hangyo means, it's actually in Bisaya because Duterte speaks Bisaya. Hangyo means like you bargain with a person and then they have to list down their names. If they're drug addicts, then they're gonna be in this list. And then if they see them in those places where they sell the illegal drugs and they see that person on the list, then they arrest them. Because they've already pledged in that list not to use drugs. Not to use drugs. So when they see them in those places where they sell illegal drugs, they arrest them. And if they see them again, or if they fight with the police, then they get killed. It doesn't happen in the first time that they see the person using drugs and then arrest and they die on the spot. No, they give them a chance, arrest, and then if they happen to see them again going there, then that's when they die. They don't die in the first event.
Now, I know this sounds extremely harsh, but I want to give you a little bit of perspective here. I've been to 15 different countries, and now half of those I actually lived in, countries and territories. You have to remember, every country has their own laws, their own culture, and things are different, and everything's not going to be in line with what you were brought up to believe or the laws of your own country. So you've got to learn to respect their laws and their cultures, and if you can't do that, you really shouldn't be there.
It's us, the local citizens, who are experiencing the violence that it causes. People that use drugs, specifically meth and these other hard drugs, ecstasy and all kinds of hard drugs, they are affecting the local people there because those users are actually committing crimes against the society and raping kids. And I'm not saying one event like here in America and then it blows up the news, and it's happening all over the Philippines. And that's really sad, you know. Sometimes there's a case the father is a drug addict and raped his own daughter, or all kinds of stuff, or a construction worker happened to see a kid, rape the kid, and put the body in this rod for construction.
And this isn't new. In Southeast Asia, if you look at China, Singapore, Malaysia, there's lots of cases where illegal drug trafficking, drug use, drug dealing is death. It's mandatory death, as a matter of fact, in Singapore. There was a recent case, maybe a few years ago, where this Australian citizen actually was trafficking drugs into Singapore, and mandatory death. He was sentenced to death. The Australian government tried to plead and say, hey, you know, can you grant leniency to this guy, clemency to this Australian citizen? And they said no, he's gonna die, and he died. They killed him. So yeah, that's not a new concept. And if you go to the Middle East, it's like that as well. Southeast Asia and some other countries, they're very hard on drugs, and it's all a part of this war on drugs thing. You know, am I for it? It doesn't matter what I believe. That's their country and that's their beliefs. So
I'm not against, you know, people. That's their freedom. I'm not against them using illegal drugs. But if they're gonna cause crimes in the Philippines, if they are going to cause most of the crimes there, I mean, that's not contributing to the society. I mean, people already have lots of problems, and for them to contribute to the crimes, to the crime rate, then no, that's not a good contribution. We're already struggling financially, and we're already, you know, struggling day by day to get food on the table. And so having criminals who are using drugs doesn't help improve our country.
Yuri and I definitely disagree on this particular issue. And the reason why is, I mean, here in Colorado, basically marijuana is legal for recreational use. And what the government has done here, the local government has done, and what other states are actually starting to do because of Colorado, is to legalize the use of it and then tax the hell out of it. And because of that, they've been able to get billions of extra dollars into the economy here, and it's actually doing really well because they use that for infrastructure, they use that for schools and things like that. Now, it's not going to work in every country, and like I said, I'm a foreigner in her country. All I can do is respect her laws and respect the people's will of having President Duterte and other hardliners to go around killing drug users and drug dealers. Drug lords. That's it's quite frankly, it's none of my business. And if I have a problem with it, you won't see me in that country or the Middle East or any other country that does that. And if I do go to the country, I will respect their laws. Yep, so that's it. I still hope that you guys enjoy your stay in the Philippines. If you're going there, if you live there, you don't have anything to worry about as long as you're not using drugs or dealing them or trafficking them, because you will die if you do those things.
Yes, me and my husband won't agree with it, but honestly, here in Colorado, I agree with them legalizing marijuana because the state is benefiting out of it, and infrastructures and education here in Colorado. But in the Philippines, it's causing problems. Not marijuana, meth, and ecstasy, hard drugs. So it's not helping us.
I mean, I have never in my life used drugs, but what I do love is freedom. And I just feel like people should be able to have the freedom to live the life and make good and bad decisions for themselves. If it's hurting society, yeah, then that's a problem. You know, and I'm not against capital punishment, by the way. So I have a very mixed view about this. I don't know. The war on drugs, I just don't think it works, you know. But in the Philippines, maybe they need a hardliner to come in there and clean things up, kill a few million people, and then maybe that'll help the society.
I agree so much with human rights and freedom, but if it's gonna destroy kids' lives, no. I don't agree with that because I also didn't have good parents, and no adult should be destroying kids' life, you know. Adults should guide kids to have a better life.
What does that have to do with drugs?
Well, they're raping kids. God.
So you're gonna associate drugs with?
You haven't seen the news there, right?
I have seen I've seen what you're talking about, those specific cases. But
well, those are only a few. It doesn't even reach Google.
Here's the thing, Yuri. When in some places there's no other way. There's always a way to make money, but I think that a lot of the drug dealers, and I'm not saying it's right at all, but some of the drug dealers deal the drugs just to make money. They get the drugs, they sell it, and it's to make money to get out of poverty.
Yeah, I know, but
I'm not saying that's good, and I still think there should be jail time or some kind of punishment for drug dealing. The problem I have really with what they're doing is the drug users. I mean, I don't know. That's
well,
really...
the drug pushers. I know they're just trying to make up a living to
and
feed
not
themselves.
all of them are criminals and killing people or any of that.
To feed themselves.
So, I don't know.
But basically, that is also causing. If there's drug pushers and drug lords, then there's users. If there's users, then once they don't have money anymore. The problem is that once they don't have money anymore, then they start stealing to supply
I got you.
their addiction. And then also when they start getting crazy, as I said, they rape kids, and it's not just one case. It's multiple. It's happening a lot, as in a lot. It doesn't even get on Google anymore. You don't hear that. It's just you hear it in local television. So yeah, that's the problem, and that's so alarming that it keeps happening. So it's like, it's just,
A lot of our audience will definitely agree with Yuri and President Duterte.
yes!
And they absolutely love it, and that's good for you guys. But not all of us agree. I'll leave it at that.
We can't agree, so bye guys. Okay, since you can't agree, let's cut this topic. But we hope that you learned something from it. And you can follow me on Instagram and Facebook, G+, and thumbs up for this video. If you have more requests, guys, for videos for the Philippines. Oh, and also next week, we're gonna try, and also we're gonna try to make a video later on about immigration, because I know people who want to retire there are concerned about what's going to happen since Duterte is saying all kinds of stuff about immigration. But we'll see. We need to do some research, and we'll supply you with a video once we've done our research. Good luck, guys!